All right, y'all, we back with another reaction right here on ABP Reactions. This one is called the Barbershop Hit, Donovan Nut Thomas. For those of you who don't know, Nut is the one who name you hear in this Atlanta fiasco going on right now that started this huge war between Lucci and Young Thug. And they saying Woody, this was Woody's fault. Thug said this was Woody's fault. Woody went over there and stole something from Nut and then went back and shot and da-da-da, whatever they were saying. Everybody was telling on each other. You could go do all the math and put it all together, man. They was talking about it, but when you hear the name Nut, this is who they're talking about and the story they're talking about. So I found a video about it. Let's get into it. Let's react.
What stood out about the car you saw? I mean, in terms of what drew your attention to it?
It slow rolled across, and first thing, it creeping across. Like on boys, you watching boys, anybody seen boys in the hood, you know it's a drive-by.
Were you able to get out anything before?
Dang.
I tried to get it out before I get ready to tell them drive-by. They was already at the one, at the T, at the sunroof. He had a chopper with the mask over his face.
Dang. They was slipping too. They was just all out on the main street. How nobody saw that? I mean, well, you know, life comes at you fast, man, because he was definitely hanging out the sunroof right there.
When that car got closer to where Peanut was standing, was there more or less shots?
All the shots.
I met Nut through my partner, Shell Kell. He just used to tell me, like, boy, Nut love you, boy. That's all they be listening to. Like, you got to come over here and meet him, bro. They going to love you. You know, he cared about everybody. Like, even if, you know, everybody not just that good person, but everybody got something they good at.
That's a young YNF Lucci. YFN Lucci. YFN, I'm lost right now. Is it YNF or YFN? YFN Lucci, right? He young as hell in this video anyways.
And whatever you were good at, he still believed in you. You smell me like...
Donovan Thomas Jr., also known as Peanut or Nut, was a son, father, brother, a big homie for his set. Before his death, he was managing artists like Rich Homie Quan and YFN Lucci. You know, from the clubs to the hoods throughout Atlanta, he was well loved, respected, and connected. And he had aspirations to leave the streets and become successful in the music industry. But before he was able to make a real transition from the trenches, he was gunned down outside of a barbershop in Southwest Atlanta.
Damn. All right, so just to put more context to this, now that I just heard that, I forgot, shout out my boy Fly, but YFN Lucci, Rich Homie Quan, and Trinidad James was all signed to the same label. They was all signed to my boy Fly out there in Atlanta, man. You know what I mean? What was it called? TIG or something like that? Yeah, I forgot what his label was called. But yeah, they was all signed. And then I believe this barbershop is Rich Homie Quan's dad barbershop. I remember hearing that. So this is Rich Homie Quan's dad barbershop.
We begin tonight with a developing story. Atlanta police are on the scene of a triple shooting, and one of the victims is a teenager. The shooting happened outside a barber shop, and tonight one victim is clinging to life.
Atlanta police are investigating why two men in their mid-20s and a 14-year-old boy were shot outside of a barber shop in Southwest Atlanta Saturday night.
Right now, it doesn't appear that they had anything connection to the business. They were just
Man, they shot a kid too?
kind of hanging out is what we appear.
Investigators say it appears to have been a drive-by shooting, and according to several witnesses we spoke with, an automatic weapon was used.
On the evening of January 10th, 2015, Nut, along with his brother, father, and a few others, was supposed to meet up at a sports bar and grill on Memorial Drive in Atlanta to watch a playoff game. Nut never made it though. Before going to the bar, he had stopped by the barbershop on McDaniel Street to get a haircut. After getting his haircut, he ended up posting up outside of the Hair Unlimited barbershop, chopping it up with friends and smoking in the parking lot, but something still felt off.
Damn, man. She like, you just gotta go, man, hanging out like on the main street, especially when you got like some enemies or you out here active in the streets or got some funk. I've never been a big fan of hanging out on the main street. Like on the main street, there's so much traffic, you know, and you can't really see who coming when it's that much traffic sometimes. It'd be like just so many cars. That's the only reason I say that about main streets. You know what I mean? Side streets, you can see each car because it's one at a time. You know, like this one got like 2-3 lanes. You know what I mean? Yeah, so that they didn't even see this coming.
Something was in the air while Nut and dozens of other people were standing out in the parking lot. A gray Infiniti drove past slow. A guy ended up coming out to the sunroof wearing a mask and holding an AK-47. He aimed at the crowd and started letting off multiple shots. Everyone scattered. The intended target was Nut. They ended up shooting him multiple times as he tried to run for cover inside of the barbershop. The people inside the shop had already locked the doors as they ducked for cover on the floor. He managed to let off a few rounds from his pistol at the shooters before they fled.
Oh, so he got some get back. I didn't see that in the video. Oh, okay.
The scene. He wasn't the only one hit during the drive-by. 2 other people were wounded as well. One of them was a guy named Reginald Hendricks, who had been a longtime friend of Nut. He was hit in the lower back. The other victim was a 14-year-old boy named Tiger. He caught a shot to the leg. All 3 of them were transported to Grady Hospital for surgery, but Nut didn't survive his injuries.
Morning, the search is on for the person who shot 3 people, including a 14-year-old. 1 man died. Channel 2 Steve Gelbach is live at Grady Memorial Hospital. Steve, investigators say they don't have a motive, but they don't believe this shooting was random.
I did hear back from Atlanta police in the last half hour by email. Said there's really not an update on this case yet, but they do confirm it is a homicide investigation. All 3 victims, including a 14-year-old, were brought here to Grady Memorial Hospital, and 26-year-old Donovan Thomas was in the most serious condition, and the medical examiner's office confirmed he did not survive.
Had a significant injury. We had at least multiple gunshots in the upper torso area. He was rushed to surgery.
Thomas died at the hospital. Homicide detectives looked for bullet holes and brought in a police canine to search for more shell casings.
Dang, so this situation kicked off a war.
They believe it was a drive-by shooting.
I just tell Nut, like, bro, they killing cool niggas. The cool niggas always die. The fuck niggas don't never get killed. Niggas who everybody don't be liking and all that shit like that, they'll never die. But all the niggas who be cool with everybody in Woodwood, that's who seem like be getting killed.
That's a fact. That is a fact. You be like, damn, this nigga was a cool nigga. He was about his paper. He stayed out the way. He didn't bother nobody unless you bother him. And it'd be like, those are people get killed. And then the person that's out here just causing mayhem and reckless every day, they just survive. And if anything, they go to jail and get right back out and be right back on the bullshit. That should be crazy how life is, man.
It wasn't too long after Nut's death that rumors started to circulate that this was a gang-related shooting, and YSL, a subset of the Bloods, popularized by Young Thug, was responsible for the hit. Kenneth Copeland, better known by his nickname Woody, sat down with the Atlanta police in 2015 and revealed what he knew about Nut's death. He confirmed that Thug was behind the hit.
Damn. In 2015, he confirmed it. What the fuck? These niggas been snitching forever.
And had drove past the barbershop and saw Nut standing outside shortly before swapping vehicles with 4 other YSL members so they could slide back through and handle business.
So who's in the car that's supposed to get the drive-by on Peanut? This was Ladeep broke the story down. He said, I think he was in the car, leaving the sky. And he said, they rolled past the scene, Nut standing outside. They went somewhere and changed clothes. Now, there it was. I dropped Shannon D out the door house. I had went home with my big mom. And then Donovan left and was rolled past Nut and seen him and went to a gas station and seen Yak and his pun. To the gas station, we come to which gas station? When we got on the age.
Dang, I never seen this interrogation tape when he was snitching. So this nigga really was a snitch. He in there giving a hella good details to the police. They finna solve the case off of this.
I just listened to the story, so they seen them, they switched cars at the gas station. Thug got in the car with the girl. Thug and I think the D. They got in the car with the girl. And they were fully left in the car. Yeah, Shannon, Nod, and Dumas.
Named everybody in the car. Wait a minute. So this is in 2015. Young Thug didn't get in trouble till way later. This is confusing. How the fuck was he out so long and all this? All right. All right.
Them folk got in the car. You know what I'm saying? They just rolled past the shot. And then after it happened, they y'all pull up on Cleveland. And Ladina right there, they just got in the car like they talking about it. So they got the guns. I think they had 2 guns. A chopper and a handgun. They got the guns and put it in the car. And they just been rolled off in the car.
Do you know what kind of car it was? Like,
it was an Infiniti, I think.
The Infiniti?
Yeah.
Like a new one? Do you know, was it somebody's registered car or was it a rental?
It was a rental car.
Where do they usually rent the cars from?
The airport.
You know which one?
Like Hertz, Enterprise.
I know which store when he rent the car.
That's what I'm saying. Which one was it?
At the airport.
You stay in the airport, there's different rental car
I
companies.
don't know which one it was.
So you went with Thug when he rented the Infiniti?
Yeah. Nah, he took, yeah.
Damn, he working with their ass.
Took her vet back and got the Infiniti.
He took the vet back and got the Infiniti.
Yeah.
You remember how long before the murder that was?
Probably like the murder happened like probably 2 days later. They did shit like that.
Damn.
At one point in time, they were all cool, you know, Nut, Thug, and other members of YSL.
I got one of the biggest bloods in America with me, my nigga. You did. Atlanta, Georgia, nigga. You get what I'm trying to tell you? That we going. Big shout out to Birdman and YMCMB Rich Gang, YSL for life. You know what I'm saying? $1 million.
So they was all cool. Thug and Nut got multiple videos and pictures together. Damn. So Woody messed it all up. Well, how did Woody in the interrogation room, he's saying he wasn't. See, now it becomes like, what the fuck? Oh, so the truth is now coming because now today, Young Thug is like, Woody started all this. It was all over Woody. Ah, interesting.
Niggas, nigga. We real $1 million. $1 million bloods, $1 million goons and shit, nigga.
Free who? Don't check them all. Free who?
Around 2014, Nut was involved in the music game, serving as the manager for Rich Homie Quan, as well as YFN Lucci. 2 people also said to be members of the same gang he represented, the Inglewood Family Gangster Bloods. Focusing on Rich Homie in particular, you know, at the time he was collaborating on a lot of music with Young Thug as part of Birdman's Rich Gang collective. But Quan never actually signed any paperwork. Nut was reportedly the middleman, making sure Rich Homie didn't ink a bad deal that would halt his career too. Around this time, Nut had flew out to places like Cali and Miami to link up with Birdman, and it appeared that they had a solid relationship. But after a while, things changed.
It's not really Rich Homie Quan, it's Mr. Thomas, Donovan Thomas. And what the state's trying to say is that for the court certification, I believe this is what they're saying, Mr. Thomas is trying to be the manager of Rich Homie Quan. Mr. Thomas doesn't want Rich Homie Quan to sign with a man named Mr. Brian Williams, who's Birdman. Jeffrey Williams is not signed with Brian Williams, Birdman. And somehow Jeffrey Williams doesn't like the fact that Donovan Thomas won't let Rich Homie Quan sign with an independent person. So Jeffrey Williams has him killed.
What?
You know, Vlad revealed in an interview with DJ Academics that he had talked to Rich Homie Quan about Nut's death. He said that they had a FaceTime conversation, and while they were talking, you know, Quan pretty much confirmed that Nut's death was centered around him not wanting to sign paperwork to be an official part of Rich Gang.
Yeah, that nigga Vlad. Come on, Vlad. See, if a nigga having a personal conversation with you, you're not supposed to take it to the internet, especially something like that. That's why you can't talk to these white boys, these niggas in this podcast space. That, man, look at that. They don't even know the code. Like, if I'm talking to you on some one-on-one, you know what I'm saying, off the record, You ain't supposed to take it back to academics and talk about it.
You don't think Thug is responsible for none of the turmoil that happened that he was alleged?
Oh, I know he's responsible for some of the turmoil because I've had conversations with people off the record about this shit. A lot of people covered up for him. A lot of people covered up for him. Best believe. And I've talked about my conversation with Rich Homie Quan before he died. I was going to take this one to the grave, but he died.
Yeah.
So I'm able to talk about it. But like,
what? Nigga, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. Just because I died on me, you can tell my secrets, bro. Like, come on, man. See? Rich Homie Quan out of pocket for talking to that nigga for one, but that's crazy.
With Quan, George Cheedy had brought up in our last interview that this whole thing was about Quan not wanting to sign
to Birdman,
to Young Thug or whatever else,
Rich Gang,
and they started to pressure him, and Nut got in the middle of it, and this whole situation was over that, and there's paperwork that was going to be brought up in court specifically over that, and George Cheedy sent me the paperwork. And I said, I'm not going to put this out because me and Quan are cool. I did his first interview, so let me just talk to him about it. So I called him up. I'm like, yo, I got something important to talk to you about. He's like, all right, let's FaceTime. I'm like, cool, let's do that. And I'm like, listen, like, this is what I found out. This is what was mentioned in the interview. I'm cutting this part out. But they're saying that this whole thing was about you not wanting to sign, to Young Thug or Rich Gang or whatever. And then this is ultimately what led to, Nut getting killed. And he said, yeah, that's true. He said, that's true. He said, and if I had signed to them, I'd be in jail with the rest of them.
What's the relationship with Quan, with Rich Homie?
You see what I'm saying? You can't put words in a dead man's mouth, man. Who can contest that? What if he didn't say that? You sit here saying that this dead man, rest in peace to Rich Homie Quan, by the way. You sit here saying that he told you that. Like, nobody can confirm that. You can be clout chasing saying anything. That shit's stupid.
No, we don't have no problem. Okay. Like, I don't think we can be like how we used to be.
Right.
He already just did some bullshit. He already know my heart. So it's like, I'm too pure. So once you just
cross that line.
Yeah, you do that, it's like, no. I forgive. I always forgive. If I kill a person, I pray to God that he forgive me. If I do something to a person, I pray I get forgiveness. So I always forgive. I don't ever hold grudges on nobody. I forgive everybody.
7 years after Nut's death, in May of 2022, Young Thug, Gunna, and more than 20 other members of YSL were indicted and accused of violating Georgia's anti-racketeering law. The indictment said Thug co-founded YSL and painted a picture of YSL being a violent street gang that committed multiple murders, shootings, carjackings, etc.
Young Thug, whose real name is Jeffrey Lamar Williams, is one of 28 defendants charged in a sweeping 56-count indictment against the criminal street gang Young Slime Life, also known as YSL. The charges ranging from conspiracy to violate the Georgia criminal racketing law, murder, armed robbery, and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, also named Sergio Kitchens, who performs under the name Gunna. This investigation has been going on for months, and take a look at this. This is that 88-page indictment, 56 charges ranging from murder, armed robbery, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Of course, those two rap superstars, the headliners on this indictment, but the top prosecutor here in Fulton County says this indictment will help get gang members off the street who she says are responsible for 80% of the violence we see in Metro Atlanta.
Nut's murder was a main focus of the YSL trial. At least 4 alleged members of YSL were charged in connection to his death. Although Woody had admitted to law enforcement in 2015 that YSL was responsible for the murder of Nut.
That is crazy. How was he still around them then? If that happened in 2015 and he snitched, did they not know? Like, how was he still able to be around them niggas after the fact? Or did they find out in 2015 and he wasn't with them? Because from my understanding, he was still with YSL, right? Let me know. I ain't from Atlanta, so I don't know. I've never did a deep dive into the relationship of Woody and Thug. I didn't know. I didn't hear nothing about his name to the RICO. So, and they said he was the one that set it off because he had like the I believe it was Woody that had the girlfriend that was a police officer and some whole other shit happened. Something like that.
During trial, he said everything he told them was a lie. He said that he made the story up about Thug's connection to Nut's murder so he could avoid going back to jail for a long period of time.
Why did you ask for Thug to pay your bond after you had told on them in the June 10th interview?
I didn't tell on them.
Okay.
I was going through a phase in my life. Like I told you before, and I told you in the back. I made it all up. Like I told you, I made it up. I put it on him. Okay. I'm not scared of nobody. Nobody forced me to say none of this stuff. This is not right.
You know, it was a few things mentioned during the YSL trial, specifically as it relates to Woody. You know, one being Woody admitting that he was one of the people who shot up Rich Homie Quan's father's barbershop. He said he did it to send a message because Quan was beefing with his homie Threat. And he said in retaliation for that, one of Nut's homies, a guy by the name of Shell Kill, shot up a gambling spot that YSL was known to hang at, and also shot up Young Thug's car, you know, among other things. He said they ran into each other at the Cascade skating rink, which is when he pulled out a gun on Shell Kill, but he decided not to shoot him. They ended up running into each other after that at a spot called Club Crucial, where Shell Kill and some others jumped Woody before other members of YSL got involved and started letting off shots. Something else, man.
Golly, this is wild. So these niggas just telling the police all this information, and this is wild. Atlanta, golly.
That was mentioned during the YSL trial is that Woody had went into Nut's truck and took a custom Planters Peanut Man chain he had, along with his wallet and his phone, back in late 2014. He actually said that when Nut called his phone, he answered and agreed to meet up with him to give him his belongings back. That incident is what allegedly led to Nut wanting him hurt in retaliation. Something else pointed out during the trial was that on Father's Day of 2019, Nut's mom visited his gravesite and saw it had been vandalized and spray painted with the word slat.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ.
In green, a word known to be used by members of YSL. SLAT is supposed to be an acronym for Slime Love All the Time. Fast forward to October of 2024, Young Thug in particular was set free on probation after he pleaded guilty to multiple gang, drug, and gun charges.
The total sentence is 40 years to serve the first 5 years in prison, but commuted to the time that you have already served, followed by 15 years on probation, followed then by the backloaded 20 years, which can be served in custody and will be served in custody if you are not successful on your probation. If you are successful in completing your 15 years probation, that will be commuted to time served.
You know, Nut's family has yet to receive justice in the courtroom and still continues to feel the pain of his loss years later. You know, was he killed over a music deal? Was it about power? Or was he simply a casualty of a much deeper war? What we do know is this: Nut left behind a family, friends, and a city that still remembers him.
Man, I wanted to switch gears real quick though. You had mentioned, so you said that you knew.
It's a lot of plot twists in this story of what could have been a possibility, a reason why did Nut get killed. That just like 4 different things could have happened. 4 different reasons.
Nut too.
Man,
OG, big
University
Nut.
Used to be set apartments like a project complex. You know, just like the rest of the projects, you know, boom, it was a project. It called University Homes, right up by the college. Matter of fact, this shit was down there on college campus because the apartment's right here and the college right there. So all day you got college students walking back and forth to them dorms, you know, in the thick of it. You couldn't go through that way and say Nut name without goddamn somebody like, who by who? Nut, the man. Children buying bikes and shit on Christmas, getting them to the neighborhood. I'm talking about coming through, paying motherfucker rent. I'm talking about goddamn really taking care of folks. You know, the good guy, one of them niggas, you know, he did his thing, whatever, but he looked that. You ain't really had nothing bad to say about him, but what you thought you knowed about him. You know, a hater be like, yeah, no, nothing, has nothing to do with. Oh, man, get the fuck on. He did more good than.
What the hell is this nigga saying, bro? We gotta put one of them goddamn the words with the little bouncing ball at the bottom, because nigga, he's losing me, brother. I hear you, but I don't hear you.
Wait, it bad. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, in the good and the bad game, you gotta do good, 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 bad, 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 good, 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 bad, 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 good, good, good. The good got to overweigh the bad. You know what I'm saying? You gonna do whatever you do, but your good got to overweigh it. Because if it don't, and all they saying, oh boy, bad, 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 bad. Well, he did goddamn bad, bad, bad. You know, he bad, bad, bad.
What
Hell no, he ain't gonna end in no good way.
Oh my God, this is a wild interview. Good, 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 bad, 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 good, good.
Nut. He good overweight is bad. But it was like, you got them haters, you know, they lurking. Just as many people say they love you, fuck with you.
Shout out Curtis Snow, by the way, man. Y'all go check out Snow on the Bluff. If y'all haven't seen Snow on the Bluff, classic.
Same amount of, man, that nigga, man. Some shit he did 10 years ago, I'm still mad about that. You know what I mean? It's just them type of people walking around in the street nowadays. And half people ain't got no soul. That soul shit going out the window, man. So, you know, when the heat get on, or when some niggas feel like, oh shit, they doing more than me, or I'm doing more than them, or some motherfuckers who gonna be down with you, but they ain't competition with you, you don't know it, but they goddamn it right there with you every 5 minutes, around you or whatever. They ain't doing that, but goddamn it, you know, figuring the move out, or goddamn it, it's a real plot. You know what I'm saying? Some shit like that. But, you know, shit happens. But
man, rest in peace to Donovan Nut Thomas.
Rest in peace, rest in peace, rest in peace. Rest in peace, Nut Thomas, man. All right, rest in peace, Nut Thomas, man. That was a story right there. That definitely gave us some insight for those of us who aren't from Atlanta and don't know the details and never heard all the details. We heard some through, you know what I mean, through this case situation. But this was very insightful. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to bro. Seemed like a good dude. Like bro was just saying, he took care of all the families, gave them, you know what I mean, bikes and all that. But, you know, a good dude from that instance. I don't want nobody to say, oh, but he was the leader of the Crip, of the Bloods out there and all that. I ain't saying all that. I'm talking about, you know, it's like a good, you know, giving back to his community, man. Let's look at the good in them, man. But yeah, let me know what y'all think about this situation, man. It definitely played out to be one of the sloppiest situations that started a war that turned into a sloppy couple of years, and the RICOs and all that. And we watched that in real time, which is crazy. But let me know what y'all think, man. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? YSL Woody kicked it all off over some stupid shit, over a chain and a cell phone and a wallet. And it led to all this happening down the line, and years of beef and all this and RICOs and all over a chain, a wallet, and a phone. Man, let me know what y'all think in the comments section, man. Smash the like button. Please smash the like. Let's keep these reactions going. And as always, get ready for the next reaction.